Today we're going to look at a pair of premium brand ultra compacts, the Joolz Aer2 and the Stokke Yoyo3, going over the advantages and disadvantages of each in turn with relation to child comfort, ease of use, longevity, and driving characteristics, before ending with a discussion of which might make the better purchase. And beginning with the Aer2, the model clocks in at 6.7 kilos and folds down to 53 by 44 by 23.5 centimeters. It can carry 22 kilos in the seat and 8 in the underslung shopping basket. When it comes to child comfort, the Aer2 has both a nicely upright position as well as a newborn acceptable near flat recline, in Europe and most of the world at least, though shifting between these positions does involve both a long zipper as well as the need to unhook a strap. With regards to seat size, the Aer2 seat has a width of 37 centimeters, a length for the sitting surface of 89, determined by adding up the lengths of the backboard, baseboard, and leg rest, and a total longer length of 107 when considering space beneath the canopy and the distance to the front frame mounted footrest. Here I'd note that in addition to being wider than most other ultra compacts on the market, the Aer2's backboard is also longer than average, at 53 centimeters, which is nice for providing head support as your child grows. As far as other aspects of the seat go, on the positive side, the harness is 5-point, with no rethread shoulder straps, shoulder pads set up in such a way as to hold the harness out from the seat back, and with a pair of straps below the seat for more easily tightening the shoulder or side straps. The canopy is extendable and gives good sun coverage. There's ventilation built both into the canopy as well as the seat back when reclined, and the textiles have an acceptably premium and well-padded feel. On the negative side, there's no flap to cover the long ventilation panel when the canopy is extended, and the naked backboard, with all of its tape and straps, is visible just by lifting the liner. For the newborn period, in addition to having a newborn acceptable recline, the Aer2 is compatible with a variety of car seat brands and also has a bassinet available with the unique feature of flattening and remaining attached to the stroller when folded so that you can carry the whole thing as a single piece slung from your shoulder. When it comes to parent comfort, the Aer2's handle stands at a fixed height of 107 centimeters, while the shopping basket is decently sized and easy to access in the way it extends off the rear frame. The Aer2 has a simple, handle-operated, one-handed fold, self-stands when folded, and has folded dimensions that are within the IATA's guidelines for cabin luggage, while a stretchy shoulder strap makes the model comfortable to carry for longer periods, such as when negotiating crowded public transport. As far as how the Aer2 feels to use, the model has a sturdy, rigid feel with solid connection points, a lot of cross support, and tightly fitted components that make the chassis feel better manufactured than with many other brands. Looking at driving, the Aer2 has decent-sized wheels, 5.7 inches in the front and 6.1 in the back, as well as quite noticeable suspension. And while all ultra compacts are primarily made for smoother urban environments, it can better handle stuff like broken sidewalks, gravel, and lighter cobblestones without feeling as jittery as with many competing models. Moving on, the Yoyo3 clocks in at a slightly lighter 6.2 kilos and folds down to a slimmer 52 by 44 by 18 centimeters. It can take the same 22 kilos in the seat, and at 10, a tad more in its underslung shopping basket. Looking at child comfort, the Yoyo seat has a shallower recline, and the upright position is also a little more sloped, though the pull strap for shifting between these positions is simpler to operate than the Air's setup. Size-wise, the Yoyo seat is narrower than the Air's, at 31 centimeters, and the lack of an inbuilt leg rest makes it shorter in terms of the sitting surface, 69 centimeters when the seat is upright and 76 when reclined, with the difference coming from a pillow sewn on the inside of the canopy that pops into place when you lay back the seat, making the backrest 51 centimeters, which is nearly equal to the Air's, while when upright, the Yoyo's backrest is significantly shorter, at 44. That being said, the Yoyo's total length with the seat upright is a little longer, at 112, as a result of a slightly deeper baseboard and more space under the canopy. When it comes to other aspects of the seat, the Yoyo's textiles are similarly premium feeling, and the canopy provides roughly equal sun coverage with its two-part sun flap. Though that being said, there are negatives as well, in that the shoulder straps need to be rethreaded to change elevation. There's less ventilation. The model similarly has uncoverable windows on the canopy, since both the peekaboo window and the ventilation panel share a single flap. And as I mentioned, the Yoyo lacks an inbuilt leg rest, though one is available for extra purchase. For the newborn period, the Yo-Yo also has car seat adapters available that are compatible with the same variety of brands, as well as both a hard-shelled bassinet and the Zero Plus base, which provides a reverse-facing newborn solution that can be folded with the model without increasing its folded dimensions. When it comes to parent comfort, the Yo-Yo's handle has a slightly lower fixed height, 106 centimeters, and while the shopping basket is similarly sized, it's a little harder to access than the Air's due to the Yo-Yo's narrower rear frame and the fact that the lip doesn't extend off the back. With regards to folding, the Yo-Yo takes more effort, requiring 2 hands, having 2 steps, and with the wheels sometimes getting in the way. But that being said, the folding system is also a lot simpler mechanically than the Air's, meaning that there's less chance of wear-related issues down the line. When folded, the Yo-Yo similarly self-stands and is much more comfortable to carry by its own shoulder strap due to the model's lighter weight and significantly slimmer folded profile. As far as how the Yo-Yo feels to use, it also has a substantial feel with decent-sized bars, while the simpler design, with very few internal components, makes the model feel as though you can treat it a bit more roughly, though that being said, it does have a fair number of hinged points that tend to loosen up over time. Driving-wise, the Yo-Yo's wheels are a little smaller than the Air's, 5.3 inches all round, and suspension is also stiffer, leaving the Yo-Yo a bit less comfortable to drive over rough ground, even though it can still handle the same sort of lighter rough conditions as the Air when you need it to, without too much risk of wear. So which one of these should you get then? Both of these are good models, but the Air2 does have a variety of advantages that make it a bit more generally recommendable in my opinion, including its larger seat dimensions, better harness, recline positions and inbuilt leg rest, its more accessible storage, its easier fold, and better terrain capability. The Yoyo3, on the other hand, has a durability advantage with its simpler design, is a little more comfortable to carry, has been around a lot longer, and has cross-compatibility with past versions that make buying accessories secondhand a lot easier, and also has a more use-specific advantage with the Zero Plus base for keeping the model cabin luggage acceptable during the newborn period. Though that being said, the Air2's bassinet does have its own advantages as well. In any case, we hope you found this video interesting, and if you did, please subscribe, as a sort of support really helps us to continue making videos in the future. If you'd like to know more about either of these models, we have standalone reviews that go into a lot more detail, and links have been added in the description. In addition, if you're currently shopping for a stroller, we have a buyer's guide on our Patreon page which lists a wide range of models that we recommend, with a lot of technical and lifestyle related information. You can find it by following the link in the description as well. Thank you.